I didn't quite know what to call this because Fantastic Four First Steps came out months ago, and so did Roofman. However, Merv just released in December on Amazon Prime Video. Definitely a current critique when it comes to Merv, but I was catching up on Fantastic Four First Steps and Roofman, so I just landed on it being a three movie catch up for the year 2025, or as the last movie review for 2025. And so after the open rolls, I'm going to talk about movies I caught up on before the year ended. I said it way back with Brandon when we were promoting the summertime blockbuster movies of Superman, Jurassic Park, and Fantastic Four. I had what I would call little expectations for First Steps. Not that I thought it would be terrible, but much like the 10 years ago version, but I had lowered expectations. And normally that's a good thing because when I come into a movie with low expectations, it tends to over deliver on what I expected. And while I didn't have any what I would call strong negative feelings in the grand scheme of things, like I thought Pedro Pascal should have grown a beard or shaved off the mustache. That doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. He was good at being awkward and intelligent, which are personality traits of Reed Richards. Sue was strong willed for the family. Ben Grimm was top notch. I think that actor does great work when it comes to being both gruff and caring. And the Johnny Storm actor, man, he gave me strong young Robert Downey Jr. vibes, and I mean that in a good way. I think young Robert Downey Jr., not that anything's wrong with old Robert Downey Jr., what I mean is he just, he looked like young Robert Downey Jr., and he just had such a presence about him that I was like, man, this kid's got it, and felt like that he could do this forever. And even the supporting cast of Mole Man, my goodness, I think Paul Walter Hauser delivers every time that I see the guy. But my issue with the movie really comes down to it felt like it was a sequel, or perhaps even the third film in a franchise. And the first, I'm going to say, 30 ish to 45 minutes seemed like they were trying to catch us up on a movie we never got. Whereas if they'd have done the origin story and they'd have made it so that we were more invested into all four of the heroes, I think that it would have made me be more connected quickly. Because by the end, I was connected enough that I gave it a good 4 out of 5 stars so that it is on that same level as the 2005 and 2007, I think, versions, which I'm pretty sure I gave both of those 4s as well. And I'm not just doing it because 4 is in the title, although that's funny, because I wouldn't give the movie from 2015 a 4 out of 5 by any stretch of the imagination. But it is amusing that 3 times now I've thought that Fantastic Four movies are, just good, not great, not spectacular, or, something below good. They're just good enough. Because the thing about this world, like, I like Franklin as a character, but, he was just born in this movie. And so it's kind of hard for him to be the justification. And I think that they did Galactus way better than 2007. But that doesn't change the fact that the movie felt like it was missing a foundation. When it comes to Roofman, which came out a couple of months ago, it firmly establishes, both with voiceover from Channing Tatum and the I'm going to say the fast forwarding of time from one year to the next in the early goings of the film, it establishes who the main character is, a man who couldn't find his way after getting out of the military, but he did have a certain set of skills, those skills being observation, and him learning how to use his observing skills turned out to go the wrong way, which is amusing in and of itself, the idea that he has a particular set of skills, the fact that he can observe patterns, but he ends up using that skill to a nefarious way where he ends up observing that he can go through the roof of McDonald's and other places, KFC, I think they said Burger King, to end up stealing money. But he only steals the money. He doesn't do it for like a drug habit or some ill-gotten reason. Like, he does it because he wants to give his family a good life. He's got twin boys and a girl who's old enough to where her friends are basically able to make fun of her and him for not being able to provide her with the gift for her birthday that she desired. And while he's doing his best, he's just hurt by it. And his ex is not what I would say caring when it comes to his inability to provide what the daughter desires. So that's certainly a part of what causes him to, maybe not causes, but one of the motivators to him using his certain set of skills for the wrong. But when he gets locked up or captured after, I think they said 45 robberies, and when he gets captured and locked up, he once again uses his skills of observation and his charm too. He has quite a bit of charm to find a way to get out of prison without anybody getting hurt. And while they're looking for him, he hides out in a Toys R Us. I think they said for like 6 months or something. And even while the hiding out is happening, it's crazy because, he's bathing in a Toys R Us or with a Toys R Us sink and staying fed with just candy, basically. So much so that he ends up getting multiple cavities that he has to get fixed by, maybe not has to get fixed by, but chooses to get fixed by stealing video games from the Toys R Us and selling them at a pawn shop. They end up saying that the amount of video games that were taken, I think this was worth like $10,000. Obviously, he didn't get that much money because pawn shops are like anywhere else that try to resell something. You're never going to get the actual value for it. But my point just is $10,000 worth of video games is crazy to me. Thank you for being here at Mr. Super Oz. This video is going out, and this channel only exists because I, Oz, founded Gamble Comics, which first release was Everlasting Survivors, a 68-page graphic novel called All Day Long. Available now. Follow the link in the description that will take you to gamblecomics.com. While there, you can get hats, shirts, posters, much, much more. But most importantly, the story itself. It's not just the charm or the desire to provide for his family, but to me, the major takeaway from this film happened both when he stopped hiding in the Toys R Us and in the post-credit or during the credit portion of the film. Because when he stopped hiding in the Toys R Us and went to church to donate toys that they were going to throw out anyway. And then while at the church, he got invited to a singles mingle luncheon. And then in the post credit, when you hear from the real people, the people that inspired the story, the pastor says that the main character, Channing Tatum's character, was blown away that the pastor was even willing to still speak to him after he found out who he was and what he had done. And I think that that's one of the things that make the movie a 5 out of 5 stars and really great is the idea that it conveys the fact that the church is there to support in the good times and the bad times. And so whether it be Jeff or John, the fake name that he gave, Channing Tatum's character was top quality. And Lee, the character that he fell for, played by Kirsten Dunst, so very, she was good, man. She was good throughout, and I really enjoyed the loving nature of Jeff, because whether it be his own kids, who he did it all for to begin with, or Lee's kids, who he felt a connection to because, you know, he missed being a father. It was very, it was really great. And then lastly, when it comes to Merv, starring Charlie Cox and Zooey Deschanel, this one legitimately is a Christmas movie, basically. It's happening all around Christmas. It's Boston in the wintertime. And unfortunately for the movie, but it's not its fault, I saw the twist coming early. I was capable of seeing what caused the breakup before they told us. And again, I don't blame the movie for me being able to understand where the story is going to go, because, like I say with wrestling and plenty of other things, just because it's predictable doesn't mean it can't be good, because me being able to see the conclusion in advance just means that you're telling a comprehensive / a well thought out story. But when Zooey Deschanel is hanging out with her friend who has kids, twins I believe, and you could see the pain in her eyes, I knew why her and Charlie Cox broke up. They pretend early on that they break up because he proposed. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense. He wouldn't propose if they weren't in a happy relationship. And every time we see flashes of their relationship, clearly they're happy. And even Merv is happy, the dog. The whole point of this movie is Merv is heartbroken, and they're trying to get him to be not heartbroken. And so I knew why that they broke up, and I knew why that they were all hurting. And when it got revealed that she couldn't have kids, and, you know, she thought he only proposed to ease her pain, I was like, yeah, I know, guys. I know. I saw it coming a mile away, and while it's not its fault that I saw it coming, I have to hold back the hurt from the being able to relate to the story. Not the, I mean, yeah, in some ways, all of it. But anyway, eventually, Charlie Cox gets another dog because this co-parenting thing isn't working. Him and Zoe can't share Merv and move on at the same time. But the most fun part is that Angelina, the new dog, is what ends up helping to bring Russ and Anne and Merv all back together, because that's what makes the story so good. Like, I give it a 4 out of 5 stars. It's a well constructed story. Although I will say this about Zooey Deschanel, she's funny, but she is good at picking scripts where she's funny, but man, the story really gets me. Like 500 Days of Summer is an example of, oh, I when I think of you, I think, oh, I'm gonna be amused, and I watch it, and I'm like, oh wait, this is heart wrenching stuff. What the heck? And I'm not sure that I've seen Charlie Cox in anything other than portrayals of Daredevil before this, so I can't really say that I have any expectations of his performance or had any expectation of his performance because I knew he wasn't going to be Matt Murdock. But they do have a fun tie-in to the Matt Murdock thing because he can only see 6 feet in front of his face, and she's an optometrist, and so that's amusing about the actor slash character or the story. But yeah, so while I don't do nearly as many modern or currently happening movie reviews, this was, three back movies from 2025 to cap off the year of 2025 when it comes to movie reviews. I hope you enjoyed my perspective. And if you've watched any of the three, or all of the three even, let me know your opinion down in the comment section below. Thank you, and yeah, we'll continue to enjoy movies in 2026. I actually have a plan for multiple months of 2026 where the month is actually themed for the movie. So January's theme is time and money. So each week the movie will either be about time or money, obviously. So the first movie review of 2026 will be Project Almanac, a found film footage movie about time travel. And I think the following week is Trading Places because it's about money. And so each week it'll alternate between time and money. In the 6th month of the year, the entire month it's the month 626. So the 6th month of the 26th or 2026 year. And so all of the movie reviews will be based around Lilo and Stitch because Stitch is Project 626. And in the month of September, the theme is Oz because in 2026, the month of September will be my 40th year on Earth, and so I thought it'd be fun to make September the year of, or the month of Oz, because in September it'll be the 40th year of Oz. And so I might inevitably make other themes throughout the year, but I do know that I have 3 themes for the year of 2026 when it comes to movie reviews, because I just think that it's good to have a plan in place so as to keep things nice and structured. Again, taking a break from Alpha Entertainment Worldwide for a few months while things get sorted out and try to ease into the year of 2026. Obviously going to continue with Flash of Art Friday and all the other fun things that happen on the channel. There's an awesome Butterfly Effect Wrestling coming in January. So yeah, a lot of things to look forward to in 2026.